Welcome back, everyone! Today we're taking a closer look at a coin that many people would probably ignore without a second thought, the 1972 S Eisenhower Dollar. At first glance, it just looks old. Let's get started heavy, scratched up, and maybe even a little dirty from years of handling. Some examples look dull and faded, like they spent decades forgotten inside a drawer, a toolbox, or at the bottom of a coin jar. Most people see a worn coin like this and immediately assume it has no real value left. But that's exactly what makes this story interesting, because certain Eisenhower dollars from 1972 can actually surprise collectors in a very big way. Even coins with visible wear and rough surfaces sometimes carry real collector demand, and that's why people across the country still search through old collections hoping to find one of these hidden treasures. The 1972 S Eisenhower Dollar was created during a very important period in American coin history. This coin was made to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower, one of the most respected military leaders and presidents in United States history. The reverse side of the coin also celebrates the Apollo 11 moon landing, showing an eagle landing on the moon while holding an olive branch. That design alone gives this dollar a unique connection to both American leadership and space exploration. The S mint mark means the coin was struck at the San Francisco Mint, and many collectors pay special attention to these versions because some were produced with better finishes and lower mintages compared to regular circulation dollars. Even today, when people hold this coin in their hands, they immediately notice its unusual size and weight because modern dollar coins simply do not feel like this anymore. One thing that makes the 1972 S Eisenhower Dollar so interesting is that condition changes everything. A coin that looks average at first can suddenly become far more valuable if certain details remain strong and visible. Collectors often check the sharpness of Eisenhower's hair, the texture around the neck, and the lettering around the rim. On the reverse side, they study the eagle and the moon surface very carefully. If those details remain crisp even with light wear, the value can rise quickly. Some circulated examples have sold for around $850 when they still showed attractive surfaces and strong detail. Higher quality coins with cleaner appearances and fewer marks have reached around $1,300, especially when collectors believe the original surfaces were preserved naturally over time. That is why experienced coin hunters never rush to judge an old dollar coin based only on scratches or discoloration. Another important detail people should check is whether the coin has a silver composition or a special finish. Certain 1972 S Eisenhower dollars were struck in 40% silver, and those versions tend to attract stronger collector interest. You can sometimes notice a slightly different edge color compared to regular copper-nickel coins. The silver issues often have a smoother, brighter appearance under light even after years of storage. Some examples were also produced as proof coins with mirror-like surfaces, although many proof coins later became damaged from improper handling. Surprisingly, even proof examples with visible wear can still hold real value, because collectors know these coins were never meant for everyday circulation. Strong silver proof examples have reached prices near $2,100, and exceptional pieces with outstanding preservation have climbed even higher in the collector market. What really shocks people is how often ugly-looking coins turn out to be valuable. A lot of beginners think a coin needs to look shiny and perfect to matter, but collectors understand that age, rarity, mint quality, and demand are much more important. A scratched or toned Eisenhower dollar may still attract serious attention if it has the right characteristics. Sometimes natural toning creates beautiful colors that collectors actually love. Other times, an old coin with heavy wear still becomes desirable simply because fewer nice examples survived over the years. This is why some advanced collectors willingly spend around $3,400 for a strong certified example with impressive eye appeal and verified authenticity. The market for Eisenhower dollars has grown steadily, because more people are starting to recognize that these large dollar coins represent an important era of American history. If you happen to own a 1972 S Eisenhower dollar, the first thing you should do is examine it carefully under good lighting. Look for the small S mint mark below Eisenhower's neck on the front side of the coin. Then slowly rotate the coin and inspect the surfaces for sharp details, unusual shine, or natural toning. Pay attention to scratches, rim damage, and signs of cleaning because those factors can affect value. One mistake many people make is trying to polish or clean the coin to make it look newer. That can actually reduce collector interest very quickly. Even if the coin appears dark or dirty, leave it exactly as it is. Original surfaces are extremely important in coin collecting, and a naturally aged coin is often preferred over one that has been cleaned and damaged permanently. Over the years, some of the finest known examples of the 1972 S Eisenhower dollar have reached truly impressive prices at auctions and private sales. Collectors are especially willing to compete for coins with strong luster, clean fields, and high grading results. In certain cases, top-quality examples have pushed beyond $4,700+, especially when certified by major grading companies and preserved in exceptional condition. That kind of price surprises people because they never expect a heavy old dollar coin from the 1970s to attract so much attention. Yet the combination of history, silver content, collector demand, and limited high-grade survivors continues to keep interest alive. Every year, more people begin looking back at coins from this era and realizing they may have overlooked something valuable sitting quietly in an old family collection. So the next time you come across a worn Eisenhower dollar that looks scratched, faded, or forgotten, don't dismiss it too quickly. The 1972 S Eisenhower dollar has proven many times that even rough-looking coins can still carry real value. Whether it's worth a few $100s or several thousand depends on condition, rarity, and collector demand, but the possibility alone is enough to make this coin exciting to examine. Take your time, study the details carefully, and most importantly, never clean the coin no matter how dull it appears. Sometimes the coins people ignore the fastest end up becoming the ones collectors want the most. Thanks for watching, and maybe that old Eisenhower dollar sitting in a drawer right now is worth a closer look than you ever imagined. Next coin, the 1978 D Eisenhower dollar, is the kind of coin most people overlook without even thinking twice about it. When you first see one, it usually looks tired, dull, scratched up, and heavily worn from years of storage or handling. The large surface area of the coin makes every mark stand out even more, so many examples appear damaged or unattractive at first glance. Some have faded color, dark spots, rim dents, or a cloudy surface that makes them seem worthless to the average person. Because it's such a big coin and doesn't contain the same silver composition as earlier dollars, many people automatically assume it has little or no collector value. But that assumption has caused countless valuable Eisenhower dollars to be ignored, traded away cheaply, or forgotten inside old drawers and coin jars across the country. What makes the 1978 D Eisenhower dollar so interesting is that it represents the final year of the entire Eisenhower dollar series. That alone gives it an important place in American coin history. Produced at the Denver Mint, identified by the small D mint mark below President Eisenhower's neck, this coin marked the end of an era for large United States dollar coins before the smaller Susan B. Anthony dollar was introduced. The design itself carries historical weight because the reverse side honors the Apollo 11 moon mission with an eagle landing on the lunar surface. Even though millions were produced, collector interest has remained strong because many surviving examples entered circulation and became heavily worn over time. Today, collectors often search carefully for coins that still retain sharp details, cleaner surfaces, and stronger visual appeal. One reason this coin is constantly underestimated is because circulated examples are extremely common in appearance. Most people encounter Eisenhower dollars in poor condition, covered in scratches and signs of use. The coin's large size also made it impractical for everyday spending, so many people simply toss them into storage where they picked up damage over decades. However, collectors understand that condition changes everything. A circulated 1978 D Eisenhower dollar with better-than-average detail and attractive surfaces can still command strong prices in today's market. Some well-preserved circulated examples have reached around $920, especially when they show minimal heavy contact marks and natural aging. That may sound surprising for a coin many people think is ordinary pocket change, but collector demand for high-quality Eisenhower dollars continues to grow steadily. When examining this coin, the first thing to check is the front portrait of Dwight D. Eisenhower. Collectors look closely at the hair details above the ear, the cheek area, and the jawline because these spots tend to wear down quickly. Coins with stronger detail in these areas are often viewed more favorably. The reverse side is equally important because the eagle moon texture and lettering can reveal how much original detail survives circulation. Another key detail is the mint mark. On the 1978 D version, the D appears below Eisenhower's neck, and clear visibility there is important for identification. Coins with stronger strikes and fewer distractions on the surface naturally attract more attention. In higher grades, examples have sold for around $1,650, especially when the coin still carries traces of original mint luster. Collectors also pay attention to unusual tunning, eye appeal, and grading quality. Some Eisenhower dollars develop natural shades of gold, gray, or blue over time, and these colors can increase interest if they appear evenly across the surface. Others remain bright and reflective despite their age, making them more desirable to advanced collectors. Certified high-grade examples have become increasingly competitive because truly clean 1978 D Eisenhower dollars are much harder to find than people realize. Large coins tend to collect marks easily during storage and transportation, so finding one with limited surface damage is not easy. This is one reason why stronger examples have reached prices near $2,750 in collector sales, proving once again that this coin carries real value despite how ordinary it may first appear. Another important factor behind the coin's popularity is nostalgia. The Eisenhower dollar represents a unique period in American history connected to both presidential legacy and the space age. Many collectors who grew up in the 1970s remember seeing these large dollars in casinos, banks, or family collections, and that emotional connection keeps interest alive today. Younger collectors are also becoming fascinated by the coin because modern American currency no longer feels this large or heavy. The combination of history, size, and recognizable design gives the 1978 D Eisenhower dollar a special personality that continues attracting buyers. Exceptional uncirculated examples certified by grading companies have sold for around $3,850, especially when the strike quality and surface preservation stand far above average. One mistake people often make with this coin is trying to clean it after discovering it in old storage. Cleaning can permanently damage the surface by leaving tiny scratches and removing the original texture collectors want to see. Even a coin that looks dark, dirty, or worn should never be polished or scrubbed. Many experienced collectors would rather own a naturally aged coin than one that has been artificially brightened. Original condition matters tremendously in coin collecting. In fact, some of the finest known 1978 D Eisenhower dollars with outstanding preservation and certification have reportedly pushed beyond $4,900+ at auctions and private sales. Those results continue to remind people that this coin holds strong value when quality, rarity, and collector demand come together. The 1978 D Eisenhower dollar may not look impressive at first glance, and that is exactly why so many valuable examples go unnoticed. Its worn appearance often hides the fact that collectors actively search for strong surviving pieces from the final year of the series. Whether the coin is lightly circulated or preserved in exceptional condition, there is real interest behind it, and values can rise quickly depending on quality. If you come across one, take a careful look at the details before dismissing it as just another old dollar coin. Pay attention to the mint mark, the sharpness of the design, and the overall condition, but never clean it no matter how rough it looks. Sometimes the coins people ignore the fastest are the same coins collectors quietly pay the most attention to.